going to do a quick tutorial on how to create the Spider-Man shirt that I posted a couple of days ago. I got a few people that asked about it. Let me go ahead and back. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a tutorial on how I created it. So pretty much, it was a birthday shirt with Spider-Man. It said, "Look who's 5," and then it had the boy's name. Pretty much all I do is I do use DesignSpace, which is what this program is here. I bring up the number 5, and it's a font called Mutant Academy, and it can be found in the font. So that's what I'm going to change this font to, Mutant Academy, and I'll post that in the group. So this is the number 5. What I'm going to do is duplicate it because the font has 2 different fonts with 2 different styles. So I'm going to duplicate this number 5 and change it to let's see what it's called, Mutant Academy DC. So it's the same thing, it's just 2 different ones. So I'm gonna change it to this here. This I am going to just change the color so that I can see it. Range, move it to the front, and I'm just gonna line it up inside of here like so. I am going to change it to a print, and what I did was I went to Google. I filled it with a spider type picture. I went to Google and I just typed in spider web. As you can see, it's still up there, and click images and found a spider web I like to use. I'm not going to use the same one, I'm just going to pick one. Let's go with this. Well, they got something on the background. They got a watermark. Okay, here's one. So I'm just gonna save it to my computer, spider web. I'm gonna put it in a folder that I call Internet Designs. I don't need all that extra on there. So I've had that saved. Okay, so what I do next is go back to Cricut, and I'm gonna upload it as a pattern. So over here is where you would upload your pattern. And I'm just finding the photo. And it's the spider web, so we're gonna go down. There we go. So right now it's saying it's an unsupported file. I don't know what the file was, but let's see. Save image as. It was a web file, so I won't be able to use that one. Let's find another. Save. Okay, yeah. Here we go. So I'm just saving a different one because that ended up downloading as a web file. So go back to Cricut, browse. This is a, let me go back. So if we go to upload, and we're going to click on pattern instead of just uploading a regular file. We're gonna browse, and here it is. That's our spider web. Pull it in and save it. So it doesn't show up here because it's a pattern. So it's gonna show up where my patterns are. If you go up here to, let me see, print, and click on, make sure that it's a print file. Instead of having a color, you're going to change it to pattern, and the spider web is right there. So that's our pattern. You're going to edit it. I'm going to edit it just so that it's a little bigger and it fills up the number 5. I used a different image at first, but this one here, I'm just going to fill it to where it kind of fills it up. And I just want the 1. So what I'm going to do is change this scale to 200 and see if that makes it a difference. And it did. We can X out of it. So this is our file. And I'm still going to do a little bit more editing to it. So I'm going to go and click Edit Pattern. And what I want to do is move it over so it fills up the whole thing. And then move it up. Let's move it over a little bit more. Talk to me for a minute. Come on and talk. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm old school. This some Tevin Campbell, and I used to jam to him. So there we go. I'm gonna leave that just like that. So that's our number 5, and this is a print. So what I do print it out on is this paper that I ordered, which I've mentioned in a lot of my lives, is 3G Jet Opaque. I don't know if you can see that. Heat transfer paper. I guess I can pull it out, but that's what this is. 3G Jet Opaque transfer paper, and it's just printable vinyl. It's heat transfer vinyl that you would print on, and I use it. I do cut on my Cricut machine. I cut it using the paper setting. So what else I do is I go to, let's see. So I'm gonna highlight this and move it over. And we can actually attach it or group it together. Let's group it. So that's the base of my shirt. And we wanted to add a Spider-Man to it. Yes, it is the best transfer paper. We do want to add a Spider-Man to it. So what I'm gonna do is just go up here and type in Spider-Man. And I'm just in Google, and I click on images, and I just go through and find one of the images that I like to use. This is the one that I had before, so I'm just gonna go use that one again because it's already a PNG. Save the image. I'm just gonna name it Spider-Man. And we have that saved. Now this one we are going to bring in, and we're going to pull it up. As you see, I already have one here, but I'm going to show you how I upload it. You just go to browse, and you find the image that you just saved. And it's already a PNG. If it wasn't, I would have done the remove background, but this is already a PNG, so I don't have to do that. And to remove a background, you just go to remove BG and upload your file. So we're saving him as a print and cut, and we're gonna pull him in, and I just pretty much set him up where I wanted to set him, and that's it. For my number 5, I did do some snipping on it because I didn't like the fact that all of this attached. So what I did was I took a shape, and just to make it look a little better, I kind of just took that and did that to it. Kind of lined it up perfect, and I have to ungroup it because it's in there with the 5. But I just highlight these two and slice it. And that way I slice this little extra piece out. Let's pull that back. Do undo. Like that. And then if it's still something that I don't like, I'll just go back in like that there and slice that out as well. Let's see. Let's go pull that back. Delete. And it should be one more tiny piece to delete. I'm not sure where it is, but that's how I kind of fixed this number 5 up so that it looks a little bit better. And I did the same thing to the top and to the bottom. And I even took like shapes. I wanted this to be a really quick live, but I like for everybody to know exactly what I did. But I even took this as far as to take a piece of this off here as well. Highlight it, slice, and that way that's not so thick. X that out. So it's just shaping my 5 up. So let's bring him back to the front. Well, let's attach it. We'll group that back together and bring him to the front. So the outline of the number 5 will cut like a regular cut, like with vinyl. You'll want to use heat transfer vinyl. It's done much like the shirts that we do, the 2020 shirts that we did. Next, you'll want to add in your words, and I'm just gonna put a name in here. I'm trying to make the live kind of quick. So text, and it's a font. You can definitely find a Spider-Man font. I'm just gonna use, let's see, Mini, I believe. Yeah. And the little child's name that I used before is Robbie. So I just put that in and lined it up how I wanted it to look. I bring Spidey to the front so that he's over it. And if I ungroup this and make it look a little bit better or something, just to kind of make it stand out, you can change like the number 5, the outline of it, to red or blue. And you want to keep him in the front. Just make it look a little bit better. And that's pretty much all I did. This here is going to cut in a regular vinyl. This here is going to cut in a regular vinyl. And what I do is I attach the two so that I don't have to piece them together. And they don't change the same color. And then you'll send Spidey back to the front. And that's pretty much it. So Spider-Man, and then the inside web of this number 5 is going to print as a print and cut. You'll print it out, you'll cut it, and then you'll lay your vinyl down first. And then what I did was lay my vinyl down first, put that down, and let that go ahead and place that on the shirt, let it attach, you know, do the heat transfer, whatever. And then I put the 5 down next, let that go, and then I put the Spidey on top and and then did that. And then that shirt was pretty much done. Another thing you'll want to do is pretty much do your sizings. I highlighted all together, and I did, for that, it was a size 5 shirt, and I just did a 9 by 10 for the sizing of that, because I wanted to fill the shirt up, and that's what it did. So that's pretty much how you do a character shirt. You can pretty much do any kind of shirt or any character. Same thing, you would just go to Google, type in your character.